continue on here. The second part. And I'm going to add some a little bit of highlight over here, nothing too crazy. It's going to be set back, further back. We might leave this in the shadow. We'll see what's going to happen here. Let me try something here. I'm going to try to set in a little bit of snow right here. I don't know how it's going to look, but and then for the shadow, we're going to go ahead and get the shadow color going. Use a little bit of purple, a little bit of blue, a little bit of white, and it's going to be dulled down a little bit too. So let's see what color we have here. It's light. It might be too light. Let's see. Add a little bit more blue to it. And just fill it down a little bit more maybe. A little bit more blue. Let's see. It's dulled down too much. We're just going to try to add some of this blue color, see how it looks. We could always go over and do it again, get a different color if it doesn't work. Alright, I think it might work. This is I'll wipe this knife off, go back into that color. And let's work a little bit over here. And a little bit over here. All right. Here, I'm just using a little bit of mixture of phthalo blue, titanium white, and a little bit of this dark purple color to kind of dull it down a little bit. Basically the same color that I used for the mountain. I just added a little bit to dull it down. Alright, that's going to be tapped in a little bit anyway, so let's add some more here and there. And one good thing to remember is to try to make enough of the same color whenever you're using like the highlight or the shadow, because it might be hard to get reduplicate that or remake the same color. I said reduplicate, I meant to duplicate. Sorry. All right. All right. So this is a little too light. Let's see if we can mix a little bit of this. Maybe, maybe not. of blue here and there. Just using the palette knife. And with this one, I think I might try to add in a little bit of color, like green, maybe a light green color. But we still have to add in some more of this shadow color, so we're going to do that. We'll roll this down and see what kind of color we got. I think it's good. I think we're close to where we were. Let's see. Maybe a little bit more white. Brighten it up. Still kind of dark, not enough paint, I guess. Let's make a little bit more. A little bit more blue. And get another shot here. Let's see. A little darker. Right. Oops, wrong color. Still working with this blue. And we just tried to work in a little bit of snow. Maybe I'll try to work in a little bit more somewhere. How about right here? A little something right here. We come back in with a little bit more blue. Just a little bit here and there. Just a little bit. And I think I might add in a little mixture of some dark color. A little black, a little brown, not much. And come back in and try to work some dark color here. This might be a little too light. I'll just gently go over it and see if it blends in. And there we go. And then I'll just tap the bottom of this and we will move on. Man, I got green all over the place. I don't know how that happened. All right. You know where she is?
No.
I think she's sitting in right in the I just heard her. Alright, I think I'm going to add a little bit of dark color right around here in this area, not much, and then go from there. Just swapping out some gloves. I think I want a little bit more snow. Probably somewhere right around here. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and say that this side, or this mountain, the highlights and shadows are somewhat almost done, except for I'm going to go ahead and add a little dark, make this stand out a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in a little bit. And what's happening, and I don't really want it to, is this mountain is just getting bigger and bigger. It always happens. It never fails. I mean, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to tap into a little bit of white here. So I'm going to scrape this off. Just some excess color right here. I'm going to scrape that off. And I'm going to tap right around there, and then wipe off the brush. Tap, tap, tap. Wipe it off. Tap again. This is actually going to be mixing with the white, the linseed oil and the white that's underneath this, and it's going to help create like a little bit of a misty look, or like foggy look. Okay, now I'm going to gently go over this to help it blend in, blend up. Okay, so this I'm going to blend a little bit, and I don't want it to come out too far, down too low. So let's get some of this shadow color going. I think we're good. Let's try this. Give it a little bit more shadow color. Make sure there's enough on the palette knife. Something like so. Bring this over here a little bit more. And then we'll go over with the palette knife in certain areas just to kind of blend it together. Okay, certain areas you'll see like will stand out. Sunlight maybe hitting there. Maybe. Alright, I'm going to wipe this palette knife off, and I'm going to gently go over and just kind of blend it a little bit, wipe it off, blend it a couple of times, wipe it off, and just do that wherever you can, wherever the highlight meets the shadow. Try to do that, and so we'll just touch with a clean palette knife, just pull over a little bit. This will help give it a little bit more detail. You could use the small end of your knife for smaller or for tighter areas. Just a little something here and there. All right. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and just blend a little bit right there. I think it's white enough. Let me go ahead and just add a little bit more right in the middle there. And maybe just a little bit more right here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and tap this side, the shadow side, wiping this brush off. I'm going to tap the shadow side like so with the 1-inch landscape brush, using the brush that we're using for the lights, because we don't want it too dark. Brush it up this way towards the mountain, towards the way the mountain's going. Wipe it off and then blend the bottom. Something like so. All right. I think we're okay. A couple of areas maybe I forgot to pull over some of these highlights. No biggie. And maybe a little shadow I forgot here and there. About a little blue right there. Not much. Stand out a little bit. And then I think a little bit of highlight right up here. Be right there. And maybe right there. I'm just filling in some spots with color that I see, if, that are missing, if they're missing any. And then some highlights too. Just adding in some highlights. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just fill that spot in here. With a little highlight. Take some of it off a little bit. If it's too much, a little bit goes a long way sometimes, depending on what you're painting, So I think we're okay here as far as the highlights and shadows for the mountain. So we are finished with the mountain. That means we're gonna move on. I think I'm gonna actually, before we move on, I'm gonna add a little bit of a base. Let me bring this down a little bit further. Okay, like so. A little bit more of an area to work with some grass, because I wanted to add a little bit of grass. All right. And then this, bring it down a little bit more maybe. a little bit more of the dark blue color there. Fill this in just a little bit. Some of this is going to get covered up. I'm not sure where exactly everything is going to get covered up, but let's add a little dark here and there. Might be a little too much. Can always come back over with it and brush it out with the brush. Work it out. All right. I'll come back in with the other brush and just blend it out a little bit. And I probably need to come over a little bit more. Let's see here. A couple of these areas. I think I'm going to bring the highlight down just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then pull it over a little bit, give it a little bit of a feeling of, you know, feel the way of the land, the lay of the land is. Okay. So should we end the video here, or should I add a little bit of grass? I think I'm going to touch in with a little bit of green, and let's see, what are we going to use though? How about, let's see, hold on. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So maybe we might just leave it like that, and maybe we won't add the grass. I'm gonna think about it, and then we'll do that in the next video if we do end up deciding to do it. So thanks for hanging out. Oh, there's the kitty. Thanks for hanging out again. And we're going to blend this out a little bit, bring it out a little bit further here. And continue to add to this. There we go. Just tap, tap, tap. Bringing it down a little bit further. Maybe giving some more area, a larger area for grass, who knows. I'm going to wipe this off, just wiping it off on paper towels. Brush it up. Brush it up. And then blend it out. All right, so we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we will, you know what's kind of bothering me? This, real quick, I'm gonna just add to that. I'm just gonna add a highlight to that. For some reason it's just bothering me. Or do you think I should leave it? I don't know. Maybe I will reshape it. Let's see, we can always just add it and see what happens afterwards. Set it back. I think that's fine. Yeah. We'll do that just a little bit. All right. Cool. We're good. We'll see you in the next one. We'll be adding to these mountains either some green on the bottom, or we're just going to move on to some trees. So thanks again for hanging out and for watching. Appreciate you. Zach Rodriguez here in Hanford, California. Painting the oils on an 18-inch by 24-inch canvas, and we appreciate you. Thank you again for your support. Thanks.